Hello friends, welcome to Root to Fly, your home for spiritual insight, mindfulness, and inspiration. Today we're looking into who's obsessed with you at this time and why, but also how can you use that energy to transmute it into being in alignment with your dream life. I have 3 options for you today. 6 of Wands with this rock that I got hiking. 9 of Pentacles with this rock I also got hiking. Finally, 5 of Wands with this rock that I got hiking. Timestamps are down below. Be sure you're subscribed, like this video, comment below to let me know what resonates and what doesn't so that I can better pick up on your specific energy in future readings. And also, if you like, share this video with someone who might be interested. I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hello, option number 1. If you chose the 6 of Wands and this rock, this is your reading for who is obsessed with you and why. As always, we are taking all of the energies that come up in this reading. We're transmuting them to help us be in alignment with our highest good, with our dream life every single day. Let's get right into it. All right. So we're going to start off with who. Who is obsessed with my pile number 1s? This is somebody who gets stuck in their own way. They feel like they're trapped in their life, and I get that they have accumulated like lots of traumas in their past. They have a higher perception of themselves than they've been able to live up to, and so they're pretty miserable. They feel like the circumstances that they're stuck in are constantly someone else's problem, and they have a lot of like dreams and goals and hopes for themselves that they have yet to realize. And who's obsessed with my option number 1? Who's obsessed with my option number 1? Their life looks perfect on the outside, like you wouldn't assume or believe that someone like this would be obsessed with you. And I get that they do have all of these good qualities about themselves that I'm expressing. It's just a matter of on the inside they feel trapped, but on the outside they seem like they have everything anyone could ever dream of. They seem like they're peaceful. They seem like they handle things with ease. Who's obsessed with my pile number 1s? Who's obsessed with my pile number 1s? Yeah, and I feel like they're a very attractive person, very easy to get along with. You know, you would feel like if this person is a single person, I'm getting a heavy feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be. But if this is a single person, you would automatically assume that they're single because they choose to be, and that they have like all of the different love options available to them, that they can travel wherever they want, they can date whoever they want, they can have whoever they want. They're really attractive, they're really successful in finances, in all areas of their life. But on the inside, as I mentioned, they feel really trapped, and they keep themselves stuck because it feels safe and familiar. And they do everything on the outside to make it seem like they're not so confined. So this person may travel a lot. They may, you know, be adventurous and have many different friends and many different partners and like be very outgoing. But it's all kind of a facade, okay? So why is this person obsessed with my option number ones? Why is this person obsessed with my option number ones? So there may be, you may have a man in your life, or the kinds of male attention or masculine attention that you attract is the exact kind of attention that that person desires. They feel like you are kind of a polar opposite to them, whether it's in the way that you look or in the way that you move. This person might be like an elder feminine figure to you, and like an auntie, or like a mother figure, or just like an elder in your workplace. But I don't get the impression that they're old or unattractive in any way. They're quite attractive, but there are some like attributes that you have that are just they see it as being completely opposite to them. And it's this sense of stability, this sense of security, and this sense of clarity that comes from within. So whereas all of their like talents and beauty and skills and ability, everything, like they put everything into seeming like they're like different than they are, to seem like they are just outgoing, and that if they disconnect, I feel like this person might have an avoidant love language, or what's it called, attachment style. They may be avoidant. And so it's hard for them to connect to others, but it comes from a place of fear. But they put on that it's just because they're so bold and they can't be held down and they're just so strong and that kind of thing. But they actually see within you that you have real strength and real inner stability, and they're fascinated by it. Why are they obsessed with my option number ones? You know how to establish things, you know how to build things, you know how to stick with things. And they see that your stability, your inner stability, makes you that much more creative. Whereas in the past, they thought the concept of stability, because stability and discipline were forced upon them, they shied away from the concept of stability and being consistent and being constant and showing up for others. And in doing so, there's this disconnection that they have from their own sense of creativity, and they see it within you and they appreciate it within you. So that means that they have that quality inside of themselves, but they're just not able to connect with it, and they have ignored it for so long that just like with muscles, if you don't work them out, they get weakened. But it's still alive within them. It's just they don't know how to connect to it. So they study you, and they feel like since they see these qualities in you that they admire and that they aspire to, that you also attract the kinds of partners that they're into, because of the fact that you really connect with and embody that aspect of them that is attracted to those kinds of partners. And so they try to connect with these partners, but since they're not connected with that part of themselves, then it doesn't work out to maturation because they can't express that part of themselves that actually is compatible with the same type of partner. Interesting. Final messages. What do you need to know for your highest good to transmute this energy that this obsessive person is sending your way? No offense to them. I don't get that there's any malice intended. What do you need to know for your highest good to transmute this energy they're sending to you to be in alignment with your dream life? What do you need to know to transmute this energy that they're sending to you to be in your dream life? What do you need to know to transmute this energy they're sending to you into your dream life? For you, option number 1, I get the impression that you are very similar to this person who's obsessed with you. So that's why I feel like it could be a family member. And the thing for you to really be aware of is that since you have similar qualities, you're just kind of a younger version of them. To beware of comparing yourself to other people who have qualities within you, the same kinds of qualities that you have within yourself. And instead of looking at them in awe, or even scrolling on social media and looking at people who you admire, take the time to continue to get to know yourself and allow yourself to evolve in a natural and authentic way so that you never have to look outside and think like, wow, I wish that was me. But instead, understand that you have everything that's gonna make you the most fulfilled. You have all those qualities already within yourself. It's just a matter of living them out, of engaging with them. So for you, all you need to do is slow down and continue to cultivate that garden inside of yourself. What I'm seeing here with this is the Empress card in this deck, and she is surrounded by cacti. And a lot of people in symbolism consider a desert to symbolize something that's barren and dry and, you know, less life-giving and harboring of life. However, all these cacti have beautiful flowers growing. I actually live in the desert. That's where I got these rocks from on a hike. But anyways, like, the desert is actually such a beautiful, magical, and mystical place. And rocks and hiking is such a journey of like self-reflection. So it's like, whereas you may go into like a tropical area and you may idealize that tropical scene, but in reality, you're a desert person, you know? So make sure that you're not moving so fast that you're sold the idea that the tropical land, this is obviously just a metaphor, the tropical land is the setting for you. Get to know yourself to know that I'm actually a desert person and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And when you do see a quality in somebody else that is something within you that you'd like to cultivate more, then you'll know that, oh, I just need to double down on this. I need to make time and space for this, and I need to be consistent with this. All right. Should I get a final message? I'm gonna get a final message, even though. Final message for my option number 1. Please clear these cards Connect them only with the highest divine truth, wisdom, clarity, and insight for their highest good with ease and grace. What does pile number 1 need to know for their highest good with ease and grace about those that are obsessed with them? Our Lady of the Inner Gate. This came out in my last reading in pile number 1 as well, so you might be part of the same collective. Our Lady of Peaceful Change. So I get the impression that for you, for most of you, this is an elder family member or like really close, like family friend. And the message for you here is that you're breaking cycles, especially when it comes to women and feminine energy. Like my generation's grandmothers were the first people that were allowed to even like own their own home or have a credit card without the approval of a man. And so truly, you know, my mom was asking me, oh, can you really make money like on social media? And I'm like, girl, yes, you can make money on social media. And that just blew her mind. And she's not even that old. Like, she's not old. She's, you know. So we have privileges in our generation that really, like, our elders did not have, especially if you are, you know, if you're coming from a background that was oppressed. And for this pile, it's really important to take pride in the fact that you are breaking cycles and you are not just living out your best life for you, but for all of the ladies who came before you. And even though it may be hard for them to understand or to stomach, and even though it may inspire feelings of comparison or even sometimes, unfortunately, jealousy within them, at the end of the day, you're breaking the cycle. You're doing it for your lineage. And it would be dishonorable not to embrace and embody your fullest potential and your fullest joy and your fullest peace. That is a complete message for you, option number 1. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Make sure to like, comment, share this with someone who may benefit, and of course, subscribe. Bye. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the 9 of Pentacles card and this rock that I found on my hike with my van, this is your reading for who is obsessed with you and why. Remember that we are taking all of the energy that comes up in this reading today. We are transmuting it for our highest good to be in alignment with our dream life. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe this video. Let's get right into it with who is obsessed with my pile number 2s. One card at a time, please. Who is obsessed with my pile number 2? Who is obsessed with my pile number 2? We have King of Wands. This is moving slower already as compared to pile number 1. Who's obsessed with pile number 2? Who is obsessed with pile number 2? Queen of Swords. Who's obsessed with my pile number 2? And Queen of Pentacles. You may have quite a few people obsessed with you, pile number 1. 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Okay, this reading more than any of the others, I'm just going to read what I pick up on. There is a love triangle going on in this reading. I get the impression that there is a man. He is probably the person who came up when you clicked on this reading. You have your eye on him. And it is mutual, but he's not letting it on. And you're not the only person with your eye on him. You're really good at playing it cool, and so is he. But there's a past partner or just like a jealous energy around him that may have had more access to him in the past. I don't know if it's a partner. I don't know if it's like a friend. I don't know what it is. But there is an energy that wants you out of the picture. So that's who's actually obsessed with you. And then you and your specific person have like some mutual energy between you. Okay, that's who. Let's get into why. So why is this third party energy obsessed with my pile number 2? And remember, we're here transmuting the energy. We're not getting caught up into it. We're raising our vibration. Thank you for the energy to this third party person. Okay, because now we're going to transmute it. So why is this? Why are these, and I'm going to say, why is the third party and your person, why are these people obsessed with my pile number 2s? Pile number 2, you put yourself first, okay? You're not engaging with third party energy. That's what they both like about you. No, well, that's what your person likes about you, and that's what this person, they respect it. They respect it. I don't get this as like, you know, a bad person. She's dealing with her own thing, or they are dealing with their own thing, okay? And they're finding it really hard to let go of the connection that they had with your person, but your person is long gone, okay? Your person, it was very real and mutual what they had in the past, but it's the past for your person, and your person has a good reason for moving on. You're kind of just caught in the middle because you honor yourself, you honor your feelings, but you're not gonna chase anybody. You're going to be open with how you feel, but you're not gonna chase, and you're also not going to like back down just because somebody else, you know, is trying to intimidate you. 6 of Swords. They're obsessed with you because of how self-contained you are, as we already mentioned, but also how strong you are. Neither one of them has ever seen someone like you. This third party energy feels like they have a lot of stuckness, and they may have like position in society or something like that in their own right, but they feel like, because like I'm getting this Queen of Pentacles versus like but not versus, but like they see you as the Nine of Pentacles. They see themselves as the Queen of Pentacles. And in theory, the Queen of Pentacles is supposed to outrank, if we're looking at things that way, the Nine of Pentacles. But if you see like the foliage, not foliage, the floral arrangement here in the back, like the nature elements that the Queen of Pentacles has in her setting, versus you have all this food, sustenance, and you're not afraid. You have your eyes open, and she has to close her eyes because she just honestly just can't even bear the world right now. And of course she has more, like the Queen of Pentacles compared to the Nine of Pentacles has more adornment and like fine jewels and clothing, but they realize that that's not really what you value at all. The Nine of Pentacles is barefoot. So like, you know, this is a more of an earthy hippie, and she's supposed to be the queen of earth, right? But you're even more stable, connected. Okay, my phone died. My phone died in the middle of your reading, pile number 2. But I do know exactly what I was saying. And I don't want to get too deep into this, but she sees that you are maybe more connected with the earth element and like better at doing her than she is, you know, like she feels like you are a better version of her in this weird way, which I'm so sorry, like that's not the kind of energy I want to pick up on or read on, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, why are these people obsessed with my pile number 2s? Why are these people obsessed with my pile number 2s? It's just the fact that you're not even pressed about this situation. Like, you're gonna do you regardless. You're gonna be fine with or without this person. And your kind of garden of like fruit is only accumulating more and more. So you break down the conventions and like hierarchical structure and belief system of this person, like from like the top down. You just burn down their whole understanding of the world and of how hierarchy works. And it's humbling. And I really don't even get like too much negative energy here. She's not looking at you with disdain. She's actually looking at you with admiration. And it's your specific person that she's interested in. Let's get some more energy. Why are these people obsessed with my pile number 2s? Why are these people obsessed with my pile number 2s? Why are these people obsessed with... Okay, you are very pure. You have a lot of energy. And yeah, once again, you're not checking for them. But like, you're also like with your person, if they're honest with you, they wouldn't be your person if they weren't honest with you. They wouldn't be your person if they weren't like trustworthy and someone that you have the potential of building something with. Like, you wouldn't even have them, you wouldn't even care what they think, right? But there's a good connection, there's a good bond between you. And it's the fact that they have to meet your standards to even engage with you. And the fact that you're not immature in the sense that, like, just because they have, you know, someone else interested in them, that you're just gonna, like, act, you know, be insecure and not take them for their word. You have, like, this really clear sense of self-trust. And they know that you're not trusting them out of desperation, but you're trusting them because you trust them. And they haven't really experienced that before. They've only really experienced energies that stick around and try to ignore their any toxic traits instead of helping them just by holding boundaries. Like, you're not doing any labor for them, but, like, the fact that you hold boundaries helps them to become a better version of themselves and more honest and more loyal, and which is, like, who they really are at their core. But the fact that the people in the past, for some reason, didn't hold them to higher standards meant that they could not have to show up. And yeah, so that's why each of them are obsessed. There's some commonalities, but it's painted in a different light based on the connection that they have with you. So what's the message for my pile number 2s about this obsession? How can pile number 2 effectively transmute this energy being sent to them by these people to live their dream life? How can, wow, one card at a time, please. How can pile number 2 effectively transmute the energy that's being sent their way for their dream life? How can pile number 2 effectively transmute the energy that's being sent their way to align with their dream life? I would definitely say keep engaging in relationships in the way that you have. I feel like for some of you, you're ready to take dating more seriously. Maybe you've always been a serious person in relationships, or maybe this is new for you. But continue down that road and utilize this experience as a learning experience to help you in the future. So you can continue to engage with this person as long as they're being honest, trustworthy, as long as you are honoring yourself, as obviously you will. However, they don't necessarily have to be your end all be all. So see this relationship as being inspiring. See it in its earlier stages, or whatever stage that it's actually in. Continue to see it for what it is, but don't let that diminish the passion and the connection that you have. And just know that by continuing to engage and not be intimidated by this past energy, you're going to either, there's potential here, you know, it depends on the other person and if they want to continue to show up as their best, but there's potential here for you to either have a really build something with this person, and if not, this is going to prepare you for the person that is for you into the future. And so it's not clear exactly where this is going. This is also a collective reading, so you should never take definitive advice on like what to do with your life, especially from a collective reading. However, there is like some guidance and kind of sense of direction there. So I feel like this is safe to engage with but keep taking it day by day. And don't put all of your eggs in one basket, so to speak. But just know that this is contributing to a positive future relationship, whether it's with this person or not. Final messages here. What is the message for pile number 2 about who's obsessed with them for their highest good? What does pile number 2 need to hear in closing about who's obsessed with them? What does pile number 2 need to hear in closing about who is obsessed with them? Our Lady of the Rose Child, Our Lady of Starting Over. Just know that if you're the third party energy, I'm picking up on your energy, there is a future. There's a whole wide world out there. If you are the central focus here, do have some understanding for everyone and everything involved in this situation and for the past. Even if you have, you know, like a glimmering, shiny, perfect past, like, not everyone is as great as you, quite honestly. But ultimately, just know that you'll continue to grow and continue to have different life experiences. So there's never a need to cling to anything, and there's also never a need to judge anyone else's experience. And that's one way that you can really alleviate some of the tension of the love triangle vibe that's going on here, and not allow your passionate, fiery, creative, self-contained energy to get wrapped up into other people's arbitrary drama from the past. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get for you, option number 2. Thank you so much for joining me. We will see you next time. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone who might find it helpful or entertaining. See you next time. Bye. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the 5 of Wands and this rock that I found on a hike, this is your reading for who's obsessed with you and why. As always, we are just understanding the kinds of energies that come up in this reading, whether it's from the people we're picking up on or even the energy that's coming up within our own selves. We're transmuting it so that we can use it to be in alignment with our dream life every single day. Let's get right into it. All right, we're going to start off with who is obsessed with my pile number 3s. King of Swords. Who is obsessed with my pile number 3? Who's obsessed with my pile number 3? Who's obsessed with my 3 of Cups? Okay, this may be a friend. A friend who may have some secret romantic interest in you, or like a past situationship, like someone that there could be romantic energy between you, but it's never been explored in a serious way. Who is obsessed with my pile number 3? Oh, wow, and Queen of Swords. This is, okay, so obviously these are a pair. This is the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords and Three of Cups. This may be someone in your friend group, someone that you've had a situationship with, but they never really made it official, but you know that they like you, or you know you guys have mutual feelings for each other, because maybe you have like dated or, you know, been together in one way or another. Like, it's clear that you guys are attracted to each other. However, there's never been any clear like action taken on making it anything more than kind of surface level connection. This person is in deep contemplation over you. They want to come towards you, but it's almost like there's this unseriousness within themselves that's getting in the way. They are actually very serious, sometimes too serious. It's hard for them to connect more than superficially. It's just not their style. But I feel like there's something within them that wants to. It's just like they can't ground their deeper desires. They feel like you're very fragile and innocent, but strong-minded, but that deep down you're like really fragile. So they also feel like you're hard to reach in your own way, but it's more of a feminine way. And they're hard to reach, very stoic, fun to hang out with, fun to talk to, but they can't give you much more than that in terms of a sense of reassurance. So it's almost like they don't even try, but I feel like there is a lot more beneath the surface that they have in terms of feelings when it comes to you that they don't express. They almost see you as an ideal, long-term goal, but they also have lots of goals, and they're a very purpose-driven person, but there's a part of them that they refuse to really see and connect with. They run away from connection in general, but it's because they don't like to engage with their own emotions. It's easier to just focus on goals and logic than to get into the weeds with emotional things for them. So they just don't. And that's not always a bad thing, because like, you know, we're dealing with air energy, and air energy is a very mental energy. It's not very emotional. Some people just aren't as emotional as others, just as well. Some people aren't as logical as others, so it's just not their thing to engage with emotions. But I also see that that was just based on how they were brought up and how they responded to life. It made them that way, but it still is authentically a part of them. And it's like they could do therapy and healing work and whatever, but they're still not going to ever be like a super emotional person. All right, that's enough about them. Let's see why they are obsessed with you. Why is this person obsessed with my pile number 3? Why is this person obsessed with my pile number 3? Why is this person obsessed with my pile number 3? Why is this person obsessed with my pile number 3? They feel like you're a good match for them. Like, in theory, they feel like you have a lot of similar or complementary qualities to them. Almost like you could be the yin to their yang. And they can see themselves really building something and growing something with you. But the fact, they feel safe that you don't chase them or make them feel like they have to connect with their emotions, because there might be a part of you that isn't the most emotional person either. If that doesn't resonate, I probably would pick another pile. But you definitely are more emotional than them. Absolutely more emotional than them. But you're really good at keeping your emotional side self-contained. It's not something that you need to talk about and go over and really share in an extroverted way. You're pretty good at keeping it contained and dealing with it in your own way. And I see that your emotions process themselves more so through, like, for example, you're not one that's going to cry about a traumatic experience. Or not traumatic, but more so like if you have a bad day, you're not going to cry. You're going to go do something like garden, or you're going to channel it into some creative endeavor. So they feel like it's a good balance to their energy, because whereas they channel their energy into goals, you channel your energy into creativity. And so they kind of feel like you guys are the masculine and feminine version of one another. And there's a lot of potential there, and they feel like they can really be themselves around you, but especially be their best self. And they don't feel like they have to pretend. They feel like you naturally bring out the best qualities within them. Why is this person obsessed with my pile number 3? They just feel like you guys just click. Like, we have the Lovers and 2 of Cups. They feel like they can talk to you about whatever. Like, if they are going to open up about something, they're not going to regret opening up about things with you. I also feel like they really want to explore passion, the passion and chemistry between you both. This may be like a friend, just plain friends. You haven't explored more. And they kind of want to set aside the friendship and really go after a relationship, more romance with you. But romance that is comfortable for them. They are extremely attracted to you. But it's not physical. It's a genuine, authentic chemistry that they feel for you. And something probably happened between you where they feel like they lost the opportunity to connect with you in that way. And they are actually trying to get over their own hang-ups and that part of them, of that avoidant part of themselves, they're trying to get over it enough so that they can come forward and try to make things right between you and have a new start. All right, anything else that we need to know about why this person is obsessed with my pile 3? Why is this person obsessed with, one card at a time, please. Why is this person obsessed with my pile 3? Oh, I thought something flipped over in here. Guess not. Why is this person obsessed with my pile number 3? Any final messages? They want to start something new with you. They want to build something with you. They see you as their 10 of Cups. But it's a long journey for them to be able to actualize that. But they do see themselves going for the long haul. So don't expect miracles overnight or anything to grow overnight with this person. But they do want to do the work. It's just they aren't sure how to go about it. So if they don't come forward, it's only their own avoidance that they're allowing to get in the way. And it's not your work to do to overcome this avoidance for them. It's something that they have to do, and only when they do it can you guys actually, and this is assuming that you even want something with them, but it's only when they choose to overcome these internal barriers that this would even work out. So don't try and go do their work for them. But the obsession is definitely daydreaming about running up that hill and starting something new and carrying it out to fruition, but they see these obstacles within themselves that are keeping them from it. They want to overcome them. They want to climb that mountain, but it's honestly, it just like someone doing extreme sports or going out on, you know, mountain climbing. It's something you have to train for. It's something you have to be devoted to. It's not something you can just get out there and do with sheer passion alone. And I don't see the most mature cards of passion except for the Strength card, but it was followed by the 5 of Cups. So I don't know if they're willing to put in the dedication, especially if they really are more of an air energy. They may just lean into their personal ideas and plans versus putting it into connection. So yeah, I don't know much about the outcome, but this is why they're obsessed with you. All right, so let's get some messages about how you can utilize this energy that came up to be in alignment with your dream life. How can you utilize the energy that came up here to be in alignment with your dream life? One card at a time, please. How can pile 3 utilize the energy that came up here to be in alignment with their dream life? We have the Hanged One. How can pile 3 utilize the energy that came up here to be in alignment with their dream life? How can pile 3 utilize the energy that came up here to be in alignment with their dream life? For you, it's a matter of accepting that it takes 2 to tango and that you can't coerce or will or manifest someone into behaving the way that you hope they do, because even if you do that successfully, it's actually not what you hope for. The thing is that you will always feel the gap between them meeting you where you are versus you doing that spiritual labor in order to make them ready, willing, and present with you. So if you've been trying to manifest this person, they absolutely feel what you feel for them. It's mutual, and that's why it's like, of course, so all they need is a little help. And help and support are not the same as willing them or doing that spiritual labor or trying to get them to quantum leap and meet you where you are. Support shows up more as in having the courage to connect, be vulnerable and open, be warm, and most importantly, be forgiving and be grateful and accepting and embracing of the relationship for what it is at each stage, kind of accepting things as they are. If you want to continue to connect with this person, you have to accept them where they're at. And this does not mean putting down your own standards and boundaries in order to talk to them. More so, it means being able to love them from a distance or care about them from a distance. Being able to communicate freely and be honest with yourself about where you're at and what you want from them. Because a lot of times, if there's avoidance within them, it's mirrored. Somewhere within you, there's something that you could you can see like in them, and it's either the opposite thing is going on for you or the exact same thing is going on for you. For example, if someone is very avoidant, then oftentimes they will attract an anxiously attached partner. So someone who needs constant interaction to feel safe. The avoidant partner needs space to feel safe. And either of them, if they're expressed in an unhealthy, unhealed way, can be counterproductive to building a healthy relationship. So it's a matter of figuring out the part of them that is not ready. What is that mirroring and showing you about the part of yourself that might not actually be ready? Being able to love and accept them for where they are. And if it doesn't harm you or undermine your authentic boundaries or your self-loving standards, then you can connect with them and you can communicate with conscious awareness that it's a process, not trying to force any understanding on either side, not trying to force things to move forward on either side, but just embrace the connection for what it is right now. That's the only way to move through it and experience it for all of its juiciness and goodness. And the process of it is so much more beautiful than just having it alone. So enjoy that. Yeah. And I feel like if you're being real with yourself, there may be some personal projects that you might want to focus on outside of your connection with this person, that you could put your manifestation abilities into, because I see you're actually a very powerful manifester, and you might be able to successfully manifest the idea of what you're wanting with this person, but it would be a waste because it would not be fulfilling, because you would feel like you forced it. It wouldn't feel authentic, and it wouldn't click the same way as it would if you moved through it in the process and just honor the process and honor their process and honor their autonomy to work through that on their own and to work through it together in a really natural way. So instead of using your manifestation abilities towards relationships, there's this guidance to use it towards career projects. All right, final messages. What does my pile number 3 need to know about the people who is the person who's obsessed with them? What does pile number 3 need to know about this obsession energy towards them? What else does pile number 3? What are the final messages for pile number 3 about the person, this obsession towards them? What's the final message for pile number 3 about this obsession towards them? What's the final message for pile number 3 regarding this obsession towards them? What's the final message for pile number 3 regarding this obsession towards them? What's the final message? Bottom of the deck. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said bottom of the deck, but it says Our Lady of Innocence, which I got in pile number 2 of my last reading, if you want to check that out. Maybe it resonates. And then Our Lady of Quiet Blossoming. Okay. It's confirming this message regarding that I was just talking about instead of putting your powerful healing, I don't know why I said healing, but your powerful manifestation abilities towards forcing or manifesting a connection, it will feel more authentic to put it into a creative project. But I'm also getting your healing abilities, healing yourself, so that also pertains to whatever it is that you're mirroring, whatever it is in your own healing process. Your self-love journey, but also there's a message about giving yourself a break. Like, you don't need to do other people's emotional labor. Don't take off more than your fair share of work, because if you start off the relationship that way, that's the pattern that's going to continue throughout the entire relationship. So allow things to blossom naturally. And there's just this encouragement to be at peace when it comes to where you are in the present moment, in order to heal any inner conflict and turmoil. So this rock, it's actually very smooth, but there are some ridges and lumps in it, but the overall texture is really smooth, so much so that it's almost sheer. not sheer, but shiny. So there's something about like accepting things in all of their imperfections, because I feel like a lot of these ridges make it more beautiful, actually, especially like this cut here. So it's like you don't need things to go perfectly. You need things to go authentically. And dogs love to play tug of war. Five of Wands is traditionally a card of conflict. But if you channel that conflict energy into more playful means, or you channel it into something and don't let it fester and don't allow yourself to paint it in a negative light, and also allow yourself to be grateful for the journey, then it will create a more peaceful life for yourself overall. All right, that is my final message for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to hopefully continue to be with you along this journey and get to know what you're creating. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know more about this, how it resonated with you. Like if it resonated. Share this with anyone who you think might be entertained. And be sure to subscribe for next time. See you then. Bye!